What if the greatest stories aren't just told, but lived? What if an artist could capture the very soul of a city, the raw truth of a generation, and the complex journey of self-discovery, all within the rhythm and poetry of their words? This is the world of Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, a man who didn't just rap about his experiences, he sculpted them into a mirror reflecting our deepest fears and highest aspiration. Born in the vibrant, yet often turbulent, streets of Compton, California, on June 17, 1987, Kendrick's childhood was a tapestry woven with stark contrast. He witnessed the allure of gang life, the pervasive presence of violence, and the economic struggles that defined his community. But he also saw the resilience, the love, and the vibrant culture that pulsed beneath the surface. These early experiences weren't just footnotes. They were the foundational verses of his life's epic poem. While many saw only the struggle, Kendrick, even as a young boy, began to observe, to absorb, to understand the intricate dance of cause and effect around him. He wasn't just a spectator, he was an unwitting ethnographer, collecting data for a future masterpiece. His journey into music began not with a grand declaration, but with the quiet, almost shy act of writing. Words became his refuge, his weapon, his canvas. He started freestyling, honing his craft, finding his voice amidst the cacophony of his environment. The early days saw him as m.A.A.d, a hungry young artist dropping mixtapes like Youngest Head Nigga in Charge, and overly dedicated. These weren't just demos, they were raw, unfiltered dispatches from the front lines of his burgeoning consciousness. They hinted at the lyrical dexterity and storytelling prowess that would soon captivate the world. But the true metamorphosis began when he shed the m.A.A.d moniker, embracing his birth name, Kendrick Lamar. This wasn't just a rebranding, it was a declaration of authenticity, a commitment to presenting his unvarnished self to the world. And with that came Section 80 Inches in 2011, an album that pulsed with the anxieties and aspiration of a generation. It was a stark, unflinching look at post-civil rights America, exploring themes of addiction, poverty, and systemic injustice through the eyes of characters like Tammy and Keisha. It wasn't just good, it was a revelation, marking him as a voice distinct from the mainstream, unafraid to tackle uncomfortable truths. Then came 2012, and the earthquake that was Good Kid, m.A.A.d City. This wasn't just an album, it was a cinematic masterpiece, a coming-of-age story set against the backdrop of Compton's complex reality. It painted a vivid picture of a young Kendrick, navigating temptation, violence, and the search for identity. He used a narrative structure almost unheard of in hip-hop, crafting a short film that chronicled a single day, filled with encounters that could lead to salvation or damnation. The album challenged listeners to confront their own biases, to step into the shoes of a good kid in a m.A.A.d city, where every choice carried profound weight. Some critics initially saw it as glorifying gang life, but a deeper listen revealed a cautionary tale, a plea for understanding, a testament to the struggle for survival and spiritual awakening. It was a commercial triumph, but more importantly, a cultural landmark. But just when the world thought they had Kendrick figured out, he shattered expectations again. In 2015, To Pimp a Butterfly arrived, a seismic shift that redefined not just his career, but the very boundaries of hip-hop. This wasn't just music, it was a jazz-infused, funk-laden, spoken-word odyssey, a sprawling, ambitious exploration of Black identity, systemic oppression, and the internal conflicts that plague a newly famous artist. He wrestled with survivor's guilt, the weight of expectation, and the allure of materialism versus his spiritual convictions. Some found its complexity challenging, its dense narratives and unconventional soundscapes a departure from the more accessible Good Kid. But for those who delved deep, it was a profound, almost spiritual experience. An album that demanded repeated listens and offered new insights with each one. It was a protest, a prayer, and a deeply personal therapy session, all rolled into one. The album sparked debates about its political messaging, with some questioning if its abstract nature diluted its impact, while others hailed it as a revolutionary statement. His evolution continued with Damn. In 2017, a more direct, yet equally profound project. It was a contemplation of duality, good and evil, God and man, faith and fear. Each track felt like a moral dilemma, a philosophical inquiry presented with brutal honesty and unparalleled lyrical precision. Songs, like Humble, became anthems, but beneath the surface, Kendrick was still asking the hard questions, pushing listeners to examine their own beliefs and contradictions. He explored the idea of God's plan versus personal responsibility, a theme that resonates deeply in a world grappling with fate and free will. For 5 long years, the world waited, wondering what Kendrick would do next. The silence was deafening, fueling speculation and anticipation. Then, in 2022, he returned with M.A.A.d and the Big Steppers. This wasn't a triumphant return. It was an intensely vulnerable, almost therapeutic excavation of his own psyche. He explored generational trauma, toxic masculinity, cancel culture, and his own journey through therapy. The album was raw, uncomfortable, and deeply personal, revealing a Kendrick still grappling with his humanity, his flaws, and the immense pressure of his platform. It was a stark reminder that even a king can be burdened by his crown, and that true growth often comes from confronting our most uncomfortable truths. Some found it too personal, too raw, but many hailed it as a brave and necessary artistic statement, a testament to the power of vulnerability. Kendrick Lamar's career isn't just a collection of albums, it's a continuous, evolving narrative. He doesn't just make music, he crafts experiences, challenges perceptions, and forces us to look inward. He identifies the gaps in our understanding, the contradictions in our society, and the conflicts within ourselves, then lays them bare with fearless honesty. He has never shied away from the uncomfortable, the controversial, or the deeply personal. Understanding that true art often resides in those difficult spaces, he is a storyteller, a philosopher, a poet, and a living testament to the power of authenticity. His legacy isn't just in the awards he's won or the records he's broken. It's in the conversations he's started, the minds he's opened, and the countless lives he's touched, proving that sometimes the most profound impact comes from simply telling your truth, no matter how difficult it might be. So, what can we learn from his journey? First, the only way to overcome fear is to face it head-on. Your biggest breakthroughs often lie just beyond your greatest discomfort. Second, true growth isn't about becoming someone new, but about shedding what no longer serves you to reveal the authentic self within. And finally, your story is your power. Own your narrative, embrace your journey, and inspire others by living your truth, unapologetically. We pour an immense amount of time and resources to bring this story to educate, inspire, and provoke thought. Every fact is verified. Every story deserves your attention. Knowledge is power. I would love to hear from you. What other topics should we explore next? Let me know in the comments below. If this story resonated with you, please give it a like, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and take care of yourself and your family.